That's how his that's how he lost his virginity started. Man, put the gloves on for him.
You put the get it gloves on. Is that what it is, Drip? You don't want to smudge the belt.
Nah, I just gotta show.
So you put the gloves on to hold on to it. So when you send it back, it'll be like you were just holding on to it for a bit, right?
That dang romper room bouncer.
Got that damn hat on. Fucking this motherfucker about to hack into all the computers.
He really
right
do.
I'm shutting down your entire system, man. Fuck that. Yeah. Big typing.
Yeah, whole top.
Drip still has the title, so I guess that means
they cheated.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
It was a cheat.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go
Cowboys
with.
be cowboying. It wasn't just this year. It wasn't just 4 years ago. It wasn't the 10 years prior. It wasn't, the 5 years before that.
What's a wild card game mean?
Super wild card, just like WrestleMania
It means,
Backlash.
What it means is one team won their division and then one team skated into the playoffs.
And the team that, won their division,
Wow.
Yeah, shot ourselves in the foot. A lot of penalties. 14 penalties, I believe.
14?
14 penalties.
Tell Randy Gregory to back off.
Big Mike paid him off. Big Mike throw the game.
Nah, man. Big Mike a man of integrity. I don't know what he raised, but Big Mike is a man of integrity.
What he raised is crazy. That's funny. But that game.
One apple per lunch, pal.
that game was Sunday. The other thing that was Sunday was Terminus was Sunday. Terminus. All roads lead here.
All roads led there.
If you, I guess it's fair to say if you are black and are in the pro wrestling and are on Facebook, you probably know this man down here, Big Bear, NAAW.
Jabari.
Shout out to Jabari for coming through.
How do you say it? Like, is it the NAAW? Is it the NAAW? You know what I mean?
It is.
Nah.
For all intent and purposes, it's NAAW.
No.
But since, it's a little southern, so it's NAAW.
No.
You got to draw it NAAW.
No.
Just draw it out a little bit. That's
No.
Oh, hell no. There you go.
That's good. That's good. We got the man from NAAW here because he was at Terminus, right?
Yes, sir. All up in the building.
Jesus.
I heard NAAW was deep. Y'all was. Was it like that in there? Was some folks in there from the group?
It was about at least 15 to 20 of us.
Okay. Now,
yeah, 15 to 20 in the crowd, and a couple of wrestlers were on the show. So hey,
damn.
Yeah. So I explain because a lot of folks don't know like the ties in these groups, and it's especially pandemic wise.
Okay, did we?
That's me. That's me.
Okay, you froze for a second.
That is my bad.
No,
but especially pandemic wise, these groups get really close knit. Kind of explain what the group is, and
okay,
you know what I mean, how it came about really quick, just to kind of give folks some background, because you out here.
Facts.
All right, really quickly, around 2016, February 2016, I had a problem with people always trying to say that, you can't like a wrestler because he's black. Okay, why can't I? Oh, because that's the only reason that you like him. Mm. And I'm like, bruh, I like this wrestler because he is charismatic. He's this, he's that, and so being in those other groups is like, man, you're just by yourself on this island. So I was like, you know what? I was in another nerd group, and I was like, you know what, with y'all permission and y'all blessing, can I just go ahead and start a wrestling little, side group off of this? Wanted to start off with like 100 people, just really talking about wrestling and everything like that from a black perspective. Not necessarily saying this is a black group.
Right.
However, you're still going to get a unique perspective because we're mostly black.
Just happen to be black people.
Right. So 100 became 200, 200 became 1,000. 1,001 started getting wrestlers in the group because
it's crazy.
They understood that we started going to shows. Like, my biggest thing is a sense of community. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and be like, hey, I want to support you and not actually support you. I'm not going to be like, okay, yay, I see you on TV and that's all that I do. No, I'm going to buy a t-shirt. I'm going to buy a poster. I'm going to actually go to your show. And this is not only even on the top level either. This is like, local level, mid-level, whatever the case may be. So 1,001 became 2,000. And at this moment, we're almost about 8,000. Well, we're a little bit over 8,000 now.
What year did that start?
2016, February 3rd, 2016. So our 6th anniversary is coming up.
That's crazy. Congrats on that. 6 years. I can only imagine how the drama that's gone throughout that has it been crazy being at the head of a Facebook group like that going on 6 years?
It's kind of crazy, but I have a rule that I don't do drama.
That's good. That's good.
I have that rule that if you're bringing drama towards me, you're in a one-way fight. Mm. I'm about, once again, a sense of community. I understand that you might have problems with me, and I understand I'm gonna never hate on you. You might not consider at the same table that I sit at, but I'm still never hate on you. I might even come to your table to support you because I realize how important all of this really is. I might not like you, you might not like me. However, I'm gonna still throw you a bone, so to speak. Like, hey, you need my support, you need me. I'm never gonna turn my back on you. Even if you just really, down my name, down NAAW's name, or anything like that, no. I'm never gonna do that.
Hell no.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fuck with you.
I got. I've gotten in trouble a couple times in the NAAW.
But here's the thing about trouble. Here's the thing about trouble. Mostly is, and let me get personal for a second. I work too fucking hard to get this shit shut down.
That's true.
I work too fucking hard to get this shit shut down. And I'm not going to let people be like, oh, like the N-word rule. I know everybody hates the N-word rule. I know I hate it myself. However, Facebook watched that shit. And if I get shut down because y'all saying nigga all the time,
yeah, I was guilty.
I'm coming to everybody who said I'm
coming to everybody who says it. And I wasn't doing it on purpose. It's how I talk. It's how
That's funny.
And I understand that's how you talk. We all communicate that way.
Bad.
However, no. However, there are others in the group now. No, there are others in the group now. We have a whole lot of white members in the group.
I'm saying
we have a whole lot of
saying that like
you're saying that shit all the time.
We have a lot of other different types of people in the group, and if any of them say it, it's going to be all mass all hell's going to break out.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? If they can't say it, we can't say it either. Just keep it. Just keep it straight across the board like that. So, but all in all, my goal is basically just support. We're a community that's going to support the wrestlers, and if any wrestler is in the group, you got my support. Like,
so before we talk about Terminus, who are some of the workers in the group?
Okay, the top workers you might know would be Suge D, Shane Taylor, Jonathan Gresham, Baron Black, Sean Dean. Those big. Who else in there? Lee Johnson. Big Zeke is in the group too.
They active. These they're not just there. They're actually in there having conversations with everybody else.
Right. Because we created the environment that we're going to be fans. However, we want your opinion and we want to know how we can support you.
That's dope.
So that kind of bridges the gap just a little bit to get them a little bit more comfortable. Like, okay, I can open up just a little bit. I might not open up a lot. However, I'm gonna just open up just a little bit. We got Murder One in the group. Some of the indies, we have AC Mac, Faye Jackson, of course, Shalonce Royal, Cassandra Golden. We have a whole bunch. I can literally be here about 2 hours naming everybody.
I love it.
That's dope. The reason, so what really popped in my mind to have you on the show this week, because I saw you were at Terminus. There was a show that I saw this weekend, and we do a deep dive on a guest. We do a deep dive on our guest Instagram every time, and if you get that reference, you're real. But nah, so we're seeing this, right?
All right. Okay.
That's how I knew you was at the show, man. You want
even better. I give you one even better.
Right.
I give you one even better. My wife actually took that picture.
Wow.
I was about to say, this man just told us he had a wife, and here he goes.
My wife was pretty much my cameraman the whole show.
I love it. Your wife's into pro wrestling?
She's into it more than I am.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
I love it. That's
Before
good.
The reason why I knew I could marry her was the fact that she actually drop kicked me one day. True story.
Was it during the? You know what? Never mind. It's none of my business. Keep going.
Yeah. Just know that just know it did happen, and that was like 16 years ago.
God damn.
Yeah, we've been married 13 now.
Man.
Well, it'll be 13 this year.
That night he knew.
Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I'll be
Terminus.
waiting for a woman to put me in a Boston Crab and be like,
Jesus Christ.
I can find one for you if you need me to. I can find one for you if you need me to.
oh.
We got a lot of women in the group.
Drip, you got to get your
Dave.
Facebook back up.
Yeah, that's the thing about Facebook.
Get right. Just tell them you light skin.
Just tell me license. Just set up in the NAAW. I'll be like, yo, I'm just light skinned.
No, just tell them I'm the BRP champion, and there we go.
Don't lead.
Now you got to defend it under 24/7 rules now.
The new longest ride.
It's like barely been 2 weeks. I'm 2-time. You gotta come on.
I've already defended this title more than Matt. I've had a successful title reign and a title defense so far.
You had one. You chose to defend it against a man.
With
a football game. It
As I did.
A wrestling event. It wasn't Terminus.
True, it was not Terminus.
Champion's choice though.
Champion.
Exactly. See, here's a new championship consigliere right here.
Yeah, I see.
Hey, if you need me, I got you. I got you, brother.
There we go. See, you free next Thursday?
No, they be in the group cutting promos and everything. They be in the group. Yeah, they be serious in that.
I love it. No, actually,
listen, we got to have a little fun.
Yeah,
that's all that is. You got to have a little fun. You just can't,
That's how you know people are actually
coming
fans.
one time. Once y'all gonna run one of them. I'm coming in there for one of them promos. Watch.
I'm trying to get Big Z to cut a promo on everybody just to see how it go over.
I like it.
I really want to see how that happens. Yes, like anybody want to take me? Fine, fuck it. You're Zeke. Shit, whatever.
You let me know. I'll play the winner on the podcast.
I appreciate that.
Next promo contest y'all have, let us know.
The Big Zeke sweepstakes.
We'll play the video on this podcast. So Terminus.
Yes, sir.
Went down Sunday. It was a lot of people. I mean, we were talking and they said that it was sold out. We were talking about it days before the event, like maybe that Thursday we were talking live, youtube.com/Black Rasslin. We were live. And everybody was saying that it was sold out. It was packed in there.
All right, it was packed, but because of the weather, Atlanta finally got a little bit of snow after 4 years.
It was weather that weekend, yeah.
So the event was sold out, but everybody just couldn't make it. That's all that it was. However, it was about 250 to 275 in there.
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so it was
That's
a pretty nice crowd.
That is a decent indie COVID snow in Atlanta house, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's an excellent house for Atlanta in the snow. That's an excellent house.
Because
Atlanta-
so Khal is from Jersey. The Jersey folks make fun of the Maryland folks for how we deal with snow. So of course we can probably make a little fun of y'all down there for how y'all deal with snow.
I heard it.
And that's fine. That's fine.
I'm in the real shit.
Yeah, boy, you white, you be fine.
You white, you like that, yeah.
That's the name of the episode.
You white, you like that, yeah. That's a good one.
What how is it down there in snow? How much did you like? What did it?
Okay, this time it was just a dusting. It was just pretty much, hey, there's confetti in the air. That's pretty much it. Now, if you asked us about 2014, 2016, when we actually had what they call the Snowmageddon, yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
But how much snow is that?
Okay, so that was about what, 4 or 5 inches? Now, 4 or 5 inches for us. I know. Stop it. We just weren't prepared for it, and everybody tried to leave at the very same time, and nobody got home.
I heard the whole highway. Everybody was
tried to
on the
leave.
highway.
Yeah, everybody tried to get out. Everybody tried to make it home before it iced over, and it iced over a little bit too fast, and pretty much every highway is jam packed with people that just could not go anywhere.
Wow!
Like, I was at work, so I had to stay over 2 days at work.
Wow!
Yeah, I stayed because I couldn't get home. I just couldn't get home.
You just slept at your desk?
Yeah. Well, see, I work in a warehouse. I work in warehouse for the police department, so there are places to go. Yeah, there were a few places to go. Hey, dude, we don't lie, bro. What you doing? Goddamn, bro? Hey,
what's in bed number ZX24?
My bad, fam.
Thank you. Shit.
I didn't say nothing.
No, you didn't. Shit.
Crazy.
Motherfucker.
So you
watching this shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You were talking you had mentioned what you thought was the second best match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The Impact Digital Media Championship match between Jordan Grace and Kiera Hogan. You like legit just like pro wrestling quality match that was up there.
Now here's where I will say, here's what the caveat is. Every match was pretty much a banger. Like, there was not one bad match on the show. It was confusing moments because everybody didn't catch the rules at first. However, every single match was a banger. Those two matches, that match and the last match, just happened to be a little bit above everything else.
Damn.
What was the name?
I believe that Kiera Hogan was just happy to be home. Jordan Grace was just happy to be, in the building working with somebody who happened to be home.
Right.
They just pulled out a damn good match. Everything about that match was just incredible.
I'm assuming Gresham was the main event.
Yes, Gresham. Yeah, Gresham and Alexander, and wasn't nobody beating that one. I'm sorry. I love Fred Yehi. I love JDX. Daniel Garcia. I love all of them, but damn, those two right there put it freaking down.
Was there anybody that you saw there that surprised you in ring?
Surprise? No. However, some of them reaffirmed what I already knew.
Like who? Like Lee Moriarty?
Yes, Lee Moriarty was one. I mean, I've never seen him in person until that day. And everything that I've heard about him was like, yeah, this dude is the past, present, and the future right now.
Damn, I love it. Right.
Everything about him. And he had real good chemistry with Josh Woods. Because he was supposed to fight Jay Lethal at first, and I don't know why Lethal didn't make it. But
do we know what that was, Trip? Was
it's
that
probably it's probably just the AEW commitments, I imagine.
or the weather.
Did they? Because they did call him back.
That's what I'm saying.
Just called him back.
Yeah, they it could have been the weather, could have been AEW. It whatever the case may be, he just he couldn't make it. However, him and Josh Woods was incredible in person also. I've seen him one time at a Ring of Honor show, but that was a good match to start everything off.
He was a guy I saw like a few years ago. It was like an ROH 6-man. I was like, this guy is going to be great one day. And that was probably 2017, I think, 2018, when they had like that New Japan ROH crossover. And
did you go to he's an Evan. Did you go to the one in North Carolina, or which one did you go to?
No, I just mean like a match on like New Japan World. It was like when they had an actual show. I'm just like the first time I saw him actually wrestle after hearing his name, I was like, because you hear like he's a former MMA trained, like that's his style, and that's kind of like the big thing in the last decade of the 2010s was the hybrid wrestling mixed martial arts style.
Right. Oh, he got it in spades.
This is the first Terminus show.
Yes, this is first Terminus show.
Damn, it sounds like they already got the second. I was just reading the second one's already next month.
Next month they announced it that night. Bought my ticket this morning.
Oh, so you already gonna be in the building?
I'm gonna be in the building as many times as they're gonna bring it here.
They have a Santana challenge. Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah,
he came out at the end of the match, right?
Yeah,
he came at the end of the show.
I was hoping he came out with a message from the best wrestler in the world and was like, "It's time," because it's got to happen.
It's
got to happen. Yeah, I need Gresham, and I don't care what form of name you use, but Danny Bryan. You know what I mean? I need that to happen.
It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it has to happen. It's got to.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely a match, though. That's a match that AEW would put on their TV because they know they listen to that part of the internet. So, and that's one thing that WWE doesn't do as well is they don't listen to the fans of their product as much as they dictate to them. So, that being the case, I think that's something AEW would kind of be like, okay, the streets need this.
Is that's AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage?
I think that will be on a Rampage, knowing AEW.
They'd stick it on the Friday.
They'll probably stick it on the Rampage to try to get some ratings there. But it should be on the pay-per-view, honestly. It should be,
correct.
At a double or nothing or,
I was
even a Revolution.
The one thing that I loved, we always go back to, how long, literally as we've been following what AEW has become through this podcast. And I remember watching All In and loving the fact that they had the Forbidden Door was technically open at that point because of what they needed, but I would love to see an All Out where a Jonathan Gresham could come with that ROH Pure Championship, and just him and Bryan Danielson just have whatever 45, 50 minutes or whatever, just go in hand, just not even for nothing, just to have them. I don't know if there's a hashtag somebody wants to do. I don't know if there's some campaign, some change.org petition or something, but if we could make that, if the people could make that happen, if we could spark the shit that goes to Tony Khan's pen and paper to book the damn match, like, come on, let's figure it out.
I'm ready. Just let me know what hashtag I need to tweet.
Yeah, like what? Hold for hold, limb for limb.
It does have to be something that's not like
Octopus versus Dragon.
Yeah,
Octopus versus Dragon.
I mean, you got to add something. Got to add a little flair to it. But I'm just saying, throwing out.
Oh, never mind.
Because I was going to say it can't be
King of Graps.
Well, because like Jabari said earlier, it's not that it needs to be we're black pro wrestling fans, so we need to see the black pro wrestler fight, the great black pro wrestler fight the great white pro wrestler. We just want to see a dope match. So I think the hashtag has to be not it can't be black. So I think an Octopus versus Dragon, something
somewhere along those lines.
We're working on it, but I think we might have to spark that. If that doesn't happen at All Out, I'm gonna be upset at somebody. Keeks, talk to your people.
However, if you look at the way Terminus was set up, Terminus is like an indie version of All In.
It's good point.
Because of everybody that you had. Because you did have a few champions there. You did have Moose there. You did have Jordan Grace there. You did have, Gresham there. So you had a ROH champion there and 2 Impact champions there.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, you had two ROH because Woods is still the pure champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this one website I have doesn't mention it, but yeah, the ROH World Champion was there. The ROH, the original ROH World Championship was also there. Impact, was represented as well. Moose was there, right? I mean, Moose,
right?
It's a number of different organizations coming together to make it. So you're not wrong. It's on AEW opening that door and letting that talent flow back. I get at the very least letting Bryan Danielson go to Atlanta for a weekend or whatever night.
Don't tell me that because you're gonna see me on camera just backflipping. My fat ass will be backflipping.
Hey, listen, when they book that, I'm gonna cash out you my bread. Just get all tickets together.
Right. So yeah, I would need to be in the building for that.
You'll be in my section. You'll be in my section. I'll make sure that you're in my section.
I don't know what the COVID is going to be like at that point. If I got to wear a bubble suit or something, I'm gonna need to be to watch Bryan Danielson and Jonathan Gresham, especially if it's like a pure rules match or something. Come on, bro.
And that's all Terminus is pure. It's pretty much pure tweet.
Yeah,
it's pure tweet. Just a little bit.
Josh Wood is still the ROH pure champ.
It's dope. It's dope. He actually Terminus popped up at the right time. I mean, being able to kind of get that love from those ROH people because they're important, but they have nothing to do. So you might as well take advantage of that. Good shit on John.
That's what he was saying. So Bandito showed up at the end, and they're kind of like making him and Gresham go face to face. Who's the real ROH champ? Santana comes out. Danielson, Gresham, or Danielson versus the real ROH winner will probably happen after those two decide who's the undisputed ROH champ. That's when that would make sense.
And it would make sense. Yeah, and that's why I was thinking like all out.
They'll sell that at Mania weekend.
Mania weekend.
They'll have the match at Dallas, the undisputed champ, and then Danielson will probably show up after.
All right, I'm not gonna say. We've been recording almost 30 minutes. I'm not going to say I just cracked the code, but Terminus, the second Terminus, is February 24th in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Ring of Honor was founded February 23rd, 2002. That'd be the 20th anniversary weekend of Ring of Honor. If you wanted to do something, it doesn't even have to be for a title. Just give me a pure rules, Jonathan Gresham, Bryan Danielson at that Terminus that weekend, 20 years of Ring of Honor. I don't have
just gonna show up.
It's in the wind. It's in the air right there.
I want to see that match. However, I do want to see what Santana's gonna do with that though.
You're not wrong.
I mean, now if he does, if Danielson does show up once again, you'll see my fat ass on the camera backflipping or some bullshit. I don't care.
You go right in the middle of the ring.
Y'all can call me Twinkle Toes after this shit. I'll be Twinkle Toes. I don't care.
Next time when your post backflip interview on the podcast, we would be Twinkle Toes. Nah, that's what it would be.
And that will be fine with me. I'm down with the shits, man.
I'm with it.
Yo, he my peoples, right?
Who?
Jabari, my people.
Yeah,
we pretty much cousins.
He's from Anne Arundel County.
No, I'm not. My mom is from Baltimore.
Same difference at some point.
So hey, and give you a little bit more. My wife was actually from Jersey.
Where in Jersey?
Somerset. Well, she was born in Newark, but she grew up in Somerset.
Somerset. Yeah, that's up there. I wasn't up there like that, but at Newark, gosh, Jersey.
So yeah, so I'm kin to everybody.
Yeah, about to say very, very connected. What's NAAW got going on? Y'all just sitting there going back and forth about this pro wrestling. Y'all got anything going on in 2020? Any events y'all got lined up? Anything at all you want to promote?
Right now, no, because my thing is right now still that I just want to support people. Now, I do want to keep organizing people to go to all these shows that I can.
Right.
You know, like I said, I'm still going to the Black Wrestlers Matter show next month. Mm-hmm. If people want to rep NAAW at the Say It Loud in Florida, they can do that. Right. If they want to go to Battle Club, they can do that. They can go to Fight One, they can do that. I don't discriminate at all. As long as you don't embarrass that name, I'm good.
As long as you're not acting crazy.
As long as you don't act ass, I'm good with it.
And you like Frank Lucas talking to Nikki Barnes about that Blue Magic. This is a brand. It's like Johnson and Johnson. Don't let me.
You see the name on my shirt? It's a fucking brand. It is a brand now. Wrestlers know this shit. People know what this is. People know. I didn't realize it, but people know who I am now. As quiet as I tried to keep it, as quiet as I try to be in the background and everything, it's no choice at this point.
Can't do it.
So if people know who I am, you're going to be, I want a certain standard out there. I want a certain, I stand on my work. How about that? I stand on my work.
I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, real talk. So if you see NAAW, that means that somebody's back there that's actually going to support you, whether it be a picture, whether it be a T-shirt. Hell, if I just want to throw some money in your pocket, hey, look here, good show. You might need a little help getting home. Here you go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens whenever the world's a little more normal than it is right now, and people are able to use resources like NAAW to group up and show, go to shows together. People they probably wouldn't have even known 2 years ago, they can now link up somewhere and have this, understanding. Because again, we're just a bunch of idiots from different points in America. I mean, I didn't know these people outside of nothing but a love of, a couple of shared hobbies, and you turn it into things. It's always dope to see the community network and connect like that. And I just hope that in the future we're able to, build on this, as things open up and more opportunities like shows like Terminus and the Paris is bumping 2s and the 3s and the things that are happening like that in the future. We can all come together and really support and show up and show out.
And that's what I really want to encourage people to do in the group. And even outside, if even if you are outside the group and, just support us in any way, if you are let's just say if you're in Oakland, California, and you feel like you're by yourself, hey, there's a show here in Oakland, California. Is there anybody out here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put it out there, because you never know who would be with you. That's what I did at first here in Atlanta. I didn't know too many people here in Atlanta outside of my family.
Right.
That like wrestling. My friends grew up in everything like that, but it was still a niche little thing. Mm-hmm. When I started putting that out there, it was like, okay, I'm in Atlanta. What y'all want to do? I'm in Atlanta. What you want to do? So 5 of us became 15. 15 becomes like, I think we went to Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment show one time, and we had almost 30 people there. Just 30 people from the group.
That's crazy.
And it was like, all of us black. Well, I take it back. It was 29 of us black, 1 white guy. But he's, that's my guy.
He had to be the craziest, live wire
The shit he had to do.
Look, he does. Look,
Yeah.
he's my tax guy. I'm kidding. He's not my tax guy. But he does a lot of lot of work in the group.
Next time in Atlanta, man, I'm getting a half a G a Crown Royal, and we're gonna empty the bottle somewhere.
That's fine, and that's fine.
Before we let you go, because I know your time is precious. Where can the folks get at you? Where can they get at the group? What do they got to do? How do they get jumped into the group? You know what I'm saying? Do they got to go through the line? You know what I mean? Because I you know what I mean?
Let me be perfectly honest. Yeah, you got to get your ass beat to get into the group at this point. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. No, look, we are all inclusive. Just because the name says Nation of African American Wrestling doesn't mean that you have to be black to get in there. Our goal is to support black wrestlers. I don't care if you're Asian and want to support black wrestlers. That's what the goal is. Just know that when you walk your Asian ass in there, you walk your white ass in there, you walk your Hispanic ass in there, just know that that's what the purpose is. We're going to support black wrestlers.
There you go.
That's the first one. That's the first goal. However, once you're in there, let the games begin. Do what you got to do. However,
I thought you were going to say you're in there for life.
You're in there. Hey, I don't. Every enemy that I've ever made has always wanted to come back to the group.
Damn.
Yeah.
On the set.
I'll put it like that. I'll put it like that because they know that we are a legit support system.
That's crazy. I love it. Well, Jabari.
Well, let me plug right quick.
Go in.
Oh no, you good. On Twitter, we are NAAWrestling. That is Twitter at NAAWrestling. On Facebook, you can find me at Jabari McIntyre. That's my real name, Jabari McIntyre. And now on Facebook is the Nation of African American Wrestling.
Damn.
So if you know anybody that's trying to find it, just start putting in Nation of, and it should pop up.
It should. Actually, I went because I am a member. I'm one of the 8K strong in the Facebook group, and I just put in NAAW in the Facebook, and it automatically came up Nation of African American Wrestling. So I mean, at this point, if you can't find it, you don't know how to Google correctly. I
mean, hey, that's what that is.
That's what it is.
We're an LLC for a reason.
Talk about it.
We are a business because we are about the business of supporting black wrestlers.
They're not just a business, man.
I'm a business man. You know it.
You know what it is? It sounds like a conversation that Jabari, the Cats at Strictly for the Culture, and some other people might have. The business of this side of the game, but that's not for now. That's for the future. Jabari, thank you for coming through. We got a whole lot of rest of the show to kick off, so you're gonna have to go. If you're watching on YouTube, listening on SoundCloud, wherever you're at, we'll catch you on the other side of Anakin Invaders Beat.
Man, I appreciate y'all for having me, and I will gladly come on anytime you have me, man.
I like to hear. That's what I love to hear.
All right, cuz I'll holler at you later, man.
Peace.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
We I don't know, is this are we the free birds? Like when it's me and fam, it's casual Mondays. When it's me, fam, and drip, we can't be the New Day because
we're the New Day when they had Kevin Owens.
Are you Kevin Owens?
The new night or the old day?
The old day.
The old day.
I like the old day. Let me write that down. Welcome back.
Podcaster fans, don't you dare smoke sour. Get better flour and get ready for your world champion, greatest podcasters in the world. The old day.
Don't smoke sours, kid. That's a get you. That's God damn it. Welcome back to the Black Rasslin Podcast. Clearly, God is still working on us. I'm Khal at Khal on your Twitters. Representing Black Rasslin, rockthedub.com, and everything else in between, which is a hell of a lot. Shouts to Ernest Dickerson. Peace to 30 years of juice. The squad minus math is in the building. Please say what's good to the people, y'all.
Yo, IlFam79, social media choice. No AKAs this week. Just understand I'm everybody cut. And I ain't banging.
1854. Matt Damon's not here. But I am, and I am still your BRP predictions champion. And I will be for the foreseeable future. But yeah, you know, Davis, aka Drip, the stat guy for BRP, the Jay White boy, Drip Flair.
Drip Flair's a good one. I was thinking about it.
Problematic.
That is problematic too. I was thinking about it. Royal Rumble.
I'm taking it back.
I got to start paying attention to pro wrestling again because Royal Rumble's next
Ric
week.
Flair is Space Mountain. This nigga's the teacups. Teacup Davis.
Fucking carousel ass Davis. What the fuck?
The Scrambler.
I don't know.
Bumper car drip.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Oops.
That's terrible. This Rumble season is going to be awkward. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's winning these Royal Rumble matches. I'm not sure about where Mania is going at this point. I don't know about shit.
That's good.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
That's really good. I'm going to tell you.
Good and bad, because when the bad happens, it'll be like, no wonder we didn't know where it was going.
It's a good problem. You just hope that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, my nigga, it be this time of year where we start getting this time of year, WWE does all the stuff that they can do that the other guys, specifically AEW, can't do. The stuff that they're already doing with Brock and Bobby, AEW can't do that, right? Doesn't matter who they put out there. When they start putting those video packages out, they make their movies, son. When they start making these movies, nobody can do that with them. And it's them at their best, and it's them in that bag. That goddamn video package with Bobby coming up and Brock and all that and missing, they be in their bag. And that
AEW's only opportunity was Danielson Omega, and they already did that. That was as close as they could get with the history as past. These two guys, where one left, the other arrived.
I'm trying, like, the video package between MJF and Punk is going to be interesting, just because they're doing stuff every week. There's going to be a lot in that. What's the? Is it Revolution? What's the one that's coming up in February? Whatever the February.
But that's with actual build-up. Fan was saying, like, the history with these two guys is
so
similar.
No, 100%. But
it's always eluded us this matchup. Now we're finally getting it. Whereas like MJF Punk, it's every week, much to fans' chagrin, we've constantly seen them.
But what I mean, again, to the credit of the WWE production staff, that was funny listening to shouts to Semper Vivi, listening to the weekly Raw report on Wrestling Observer Live, and Alvarez is legit like the best things on Raw were the video packages for Martin Luther King and Bobby Lashley. Like that, it is what it is at this point.
Vince will make sure that one is always going to be the best video package.
What did young Vince McMahon see in Martin Luther King that make him just love that black man for the rest of his life?
Wow, I almost went full militant. My bad. Listen,
I thought of a theory last night.
Wait, Drip, no, because it was funny to see Sam's like about to spiral, and he really had to catch himself. Like he like when Doctor Strange hit Peter Parker, and his whole soul jumped out his body. He's looking back. That was Fam looking at himself like, "Don't say that shit," and he called himself his God. I'm sorry, Drip. What you was gonna say?
No, I just think I think he probably is inspired by the man sticking up for what he believed in more than the actual like civil rights, much like how Michael Bay was inspired by the editing of West Side Story than the actual movie West Side Story. It's like, look at how they cut that. Like that's how movies should be made.
Let me stop you.
Vince McMahon's like he believed in his dream, just like how I believed in mine.
No, let me stop you there. I'm gonna keep this fairly short. What a lot of folks seeing MLK in a celebratory manner is his legacy has actually softened who he was and his perception over time.
Good point.
Vince McMahon loves the perception of Martin Luther King, who was a good one. And he tried to achieve things the right way and not through any sort of other means. While in the period where they're actually playing these speeches from, this man was reviled. They hated this man.
They hated
they have neutered this man's image, and all I'll say is they like what they see him as now. They wouldn't have liked old Martin Michael back then.
Fact.
Michael Martin.
That's why they killed him. No, that's why they killed him. They did it because they felt like they needed to. I mean,
sorry,
I
always mean to, but you know.
No, it is what it. Well, it's one of those things where you have to tell the whole. Again, I mentioned Ernest Dickerson. I was able to speak with the legend the other day, and what kills me is it took him almost 10 years to get this movie made. He wrote this shit in the early. He wrote it so early that Queen Latifah's role was gonna be Africa Bambaataa. That's who he thought.
He dodged the bullet there.
He dodged. I didn't get into that conference. I only had like 15, 20 minutes with my.
Bambaataa is a nasty nigga. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thankfully, Bambaataa wasn't available when they were shooting back in early 92 or early 91, whenever they shot the film. What the hell was I saying? Fuck, what was my point?
Your dream?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would be my fault. I don't know. I don't know how
I don't remember what my point was. I lost the train. No, I definitely lost the train. There's no recovering, so we're just gonna have to go back to Drip. You, before we get into anything else that happened this week, you were very you seemed very hyped for the GCW show, Hammerstein Ballroom, this weekend.
Well, it's just an interesting thing. I mean, I'm not as big as into GCW as like J-Bo, Mike Sempervive. Matt had picked them as their promotion, as his promotion of the year, at the end of the year awards. They really kind of remind me of ECW, whereas AEW is WCW, WWE is still WWE. But I'm not checking them out as maybe I would have ECW back then if I had the access. But they're running the show at Hammerstein, and they've been promoting it really since the fall of last year. But
this is the show where Moxley's making his return, right?
That's what's funny. So that's why I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And then today, AEW announced that he'll be on Dynamite tomorrow.
Oh, so the what's that? The 19th, he'll be on Dynamite, and I'm assuming he's worn GCW gear on Dynamite before, right?
Yeah, he wore a hoodie. Yeah.
So question, really quick: does anybody think? Because he made the announcement that he's coming back at the GCW show before anything. Was it a thing of once he announced that, then they could announce him coming back to TV, or was it like, oh, you doing indie shows, or you can come back to work?
Do we start to think that he's kind of wearing thin on them? Maybe like he's.
I wouldn't say so. He had an issue. They love him.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think we're what we see right now with this time he's taking off and them waiting for him. They're definitely they fuck with him. They allow him to be him. I think what we're seeing right now is the alternative is actually the way it should be, where let's say Math was going to perform in Dallas. There would be some of
mathematics comeback.
Math was going to get on the mic. If Math was smart and was like, yo, I've not rocked the mic in front of a crowd in X amount of time, he would do a show beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Just like WWE, right. They do those Mania matches. You'll start to see them on the house shows, a couple of weeks before Mania, just so they make sure that the match is right. I think because Moxley, he's not. It's not like he's a stranger to GCW. I'm assuming he's going to go there and he's going to tune up because he's not been in a ring for a minute. He's been taking care of his personal problems and everything was going on in his life, and then once he's got that, he's able to kick up dust and make noise down there, throw him back on a Rampage, throw him on a Dynamite, and move on to whatever the fuck. Is he going to be down with Kingston and going into this Kingston Chris Jericho fight?
Nah, you know what?
Shit like
what you were irritated about last week was Hangman Page wanting a challenger. Lance Archer then attacked him.
Yeah, he did.
I won't be surprised that after Hangman Page probably beats Lance Archer on a Dynamite, that Jon Moxley steps up and says, "You got by in the tournament because I wasn't there."
I would be.
Bryan Danielson won that tournament, but like he's saying, like had I won that tournament, I'd be the next AEW champion. Because remember, he withdrawed in the semifinals. Miro took his spot.
Right. Well, if Hangman Page is in the middle of the ring saying, "Yo, I beat the shit out of Bryan Danielson twice. Who's next?" and Moxley comes through and is like, "Yo, because XYZ, it's my turn," I'm fine with that. I just hate the idea that the champion's got the title and he's kind of looking around like, who am I fighting next? Like, if your title is the most prestigious, most important thing in a division for a singles competitor, it should be what the 24/7 title is, where motherfuckers is creeping and ducking because people are trying to get the title. It shouldn't be I'm staying in the middle of the ring waiting for Lance Archer to somehow just return to fight me. It's too many people in that building. It's too many people back behind Gorilla waiting to wrestle to be.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty. Yeah. Leo Rush, who's on this card. That's the thing. So they have the brass ring ladder match. Leo Rush versus PCO versus Tony Deppen versus Alex Colon versus Jimmy Lloyd versus Jordan Oliver.
This is
a title match.
This anytime. Is at GCW.
Yeah.
A grab the brass ring ladder match. Is this does this have AEW implications? This is strictly for Game Changer Wrestling.
It seems like it's just for GCW, but that's not the only AEW person. Ruby Soho versus Ali Catch, Joey Janela versus Matt Cardona, but Joey Janela already had ties to GCW, but Moxley's defending the GCW World title against Homicide, which should be a good match. But I mean, they also have Jeff Jarrett versus Effie, and if you've seen Jeff Jarrett return in GCW lately, he's just back to the smashing guitars over everyone.
There was a video that got shared, just the other day in our group chat where he smashed somebody in the head with a guitar.
I think it was this morning, yeah.
People want to see
the other day, yeah.
Niggas really want to see Jeff Jarrett.
He's not gonna wrestle, pal. He's just gonna show up.
He's won his 8 matches. Who's Effie?
I think he's part of the Team Bussy, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a man.
Yeah.
Effie is a man that's part of Team Bussy.
Yeah.
And that's who Jeff Jarrett is face. He's gonna bust him in the head with a guitar.
Come on, Bussy slap nuts. And of course, the aforementioned Jonathan Gresham will be making another.
Drip. Of course, Drip would say, "Come on, Bussy slap nuts," when Fam wasn't here. Yeah. I was just sitting there like, this is the wrong podcast for Drip to just randomly saying Bussy slap nuts.
What do you mean it's the wrong podcast? This is this podcast.
If Math was here right now, he would have peed himself.
Well, that's because his pussy's getting pounded.
Eat it. What were you saying before, Trip?
Jonathan Gresham will be making another ROH title defense against Blake Christian, who was Trey Baxter in NXT.
How tall is Jonathan Gresham?
Like 5. He's about my height. 5'6", 5'7".
He's your height. I saw
him next to who is he talking to? He like somebody's little son.
Oh,
like,
Mr.
like
Hughes.
Mr. Hughes shared an image of him. No disrespect to Jonathan Gresham, but it's actually, you know what it is? It's a credit to him because
oh no, he's listed at 5'4".
Yeah, I didn't think
he looked like he was a smaller. I didn't realize he. It's funny to see him next to someone like Mr. Hughes, who's, I mean, he's a tall individual. I don't know what his height is, but it's crazy to see how small he and it, to be that goddamn talented and gifted at that size.
6'6" is Mr. Hughes' height.
I was gonna say Mr. Hughes wasn't like 6'10", motherfucker.
Close.
He had Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham, I thought somebody had photoshopped him. I'm saying, like, you know, I didn't know what was going on, but it's because he had, like, Mr. Hughes has a full, like, foot on him.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Gresham, it's not like Jonathan Gresham's cheeseburger. He's fucking
dead.
He hits the gym, protein shakes and all that.
And him and his old lady be in there
posing with it. Nah, but can you do this one of these days?
And who did Gresham just defeat? Too Cold Scorpio.
The video of Too Cold Scorpio with the mask on, dancing for the people.
Hey yo,
going to the ring. He looked like he was in the middle of Times Square.
I thought he was gonna flick a cigarette before he was finished.
Hey, put the dollar in my hand. Put the dollar in my hand. Hey, that's what it looked like. It looked like it was Showtime all the time. Christmas time. It would be
LBC.
Christmas time on the BRP. It would be dope to have the Greshams with some adult beverages talking pro wrestling. I'm just putting these shits in the air. Hopefully one of them flies back. What's up?
With us?
With us.
You just called this man short.
I said
I was at an like that's a fact, nigga. He didn't call him. He was like, "Hey, the nigga short."
Compared in an image with him and Mr. Hughes, it was. I didn't. Again, you don't think about that stuff in a ring when he's going up against somebody, but see him backstage against Mr. Hughes, he looked like you could. The height variation was definitely there,
like Jade Cargill and Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Jonathan Gresham at all, because again, man's doing like the BRP 50 this year is going to be very interesting with guys like him and guys like Carmelo Hayes and Jade Cargill doing what they're already doing at this important venture. I'm just saying it's going to be very interesting.
It won't be like random placings. It'll actually be rankings and.
You know what?
Fine.
I don't know. Maybe it's better the other way. Also, the Briscoes will be defending their titles in an open challenge since they are the GCW World Tag Team Champions.
This is going to be on Fight TV. I may.
You bald-headed bitch.
Maybe it's that. Is that the open challenge?
Is that the? I don't know. I kind of want to. This GCW pay-per-view sounds kind of hard.
That's why I kept looking at it. Again, I always see their cards. I'm like, this looks interesting, but I don't like the deathmatch shit. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be wild.
Oh, I guess Matt Cardona, Joey Janelle is going to be some nonsense. Ruby Soho's going to be a death match, though?
No, not all their matches are, but they more often than not have a lot of death match heavy cards.
It's really
it's like the ECW thing where they also have a lot of great, pure, technical, high-flying wrestling.
Are they like the spiritual successor to like CZW? Is that why Moxley loves them?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they probably usurped ZCW is what they did. Like they took that.
Well, I mean, I think spiritual successor.
I like pancakes.
On that note, Mustafa Ali went on Twitter and said, "Yo, I respectfully request my release from the WWE.
Said I can't bring my vision. I went to the office and said, listen, this is what I want to do, A, B, and C. They said, nah, I won't be able to fully realize my vision as a pro wrestler under that banner. So give us free.
Very secure in his convictions, like a very strong-willed individual. I like that. And if you watch, I wasn't following his Twitter account, but if you go on his Twitter and just watch like the video, because there's like 2-minute clips of that motherfucker just wrestling.
He was also doing this cool thing where like he was gonna be a bad guy, but he was gonna be like wildly patriotic, and it was going to be interesting promos. And
there was a clip. It was a clip that went up back in November. That I think fans alluding to that. I remember seeing, and I feel like we may have even commented about it on the pod because we didn't know what it came out of nowhere, and then word is that it got dropped, and it sounds like he also, I want to say he was, what's the report say? Mustafa Ali, he hadn't wrestled since October of 2021.
I was gonna say, I think it was him in the last match was him and Mansoor, or maybe they had another match. He had another match after, but
yeah, they said he lost to McIntyre on October 29th, 2021, and then he took time off for paternity leave last November. He had his third child with his wife. And then in November, there was that video that went up that we were just mentioning, and I guess they dropped that. We hadn't heard shit from him since. So, again, I think like Fam said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if Mustafa Ali walked into Florida. He was like, yo, I can't execute my vision the way I see fit, and I'm not going to do your Mickey Mouse shit. So I request my release.
Respectfully.
And again, last week I was. If you go back to last week's episode, I actually I've gone back to what I used to do. I'm trying to do it again, making little timestamps so people can go certain parts of the conversation. And there is a conversation that we had about Liv Morgan and Kevin Owens, and I think there's people who are lifelong WWF fans who want to become WWE superstars. There are people who are just very good at pro wrestling and they don't give a shit. He could if WWE respected his vision, he probably would have been riding with Mustafa Ali. But now because they don't, he knows he's good enough. He'll probably be on AEW in another couple of months, and he'd be fucking banging down there. Him and what's the man's name that just returned to AEW last week? Fucking Neville. What's his name?
Oh, Pac
and Mustafa Ali really going back like a good back and like 5 minutes of opening of a match. Hard.
Well, they probably had the match when he was on his King of the Cruiserweights shit. Yeah.
Run it back now. Again,
so he'll end up like Tony Nese, who was the hottest free agent in wrestling, and he's doing what?
You got to play the game right. You got to play the game like Cody Rhodes, who.
Now that's just being an attention whore.
There's headlines talking about
they're pro wrestlers. All of them are attention whores.
He's not like him.
The executive vice president of All Elite Wrestling. He's working without a contract. He's currently a free. Come on. Come on. As much playing to the dirt sheets, playing to the mark stuff. Your plan is going into the Royal Rumble. I'm supposed to believe that Cody Rhodes is going to be one of the guys walking through the forbidden door. Is that what they were trying to play?
And see, now it's the thing where we won't believe anything because now the forbidden door means I'm going to show up at the Rumble.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
For the next 2 weeks, the forbidden door only means I'm going to show up at the Rumble until the Rumble's over and everybody is disappointed because I think the top secret entrant is not going to be a secret door entrant, but it's going to be a returning Bray Wyatt.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So, and the reason why, and this is why Alexa Bliss, if you're watching Raw, is still showing up in the gimmick, because they're not going to exercise her demons. That nigga's gonna show back up.
Hold up, I'm sorry, because this is actually
Is that Wyndham Rotunda?
I wasn't expecting.
Now I don't even want to watch the show if that's good.
This, but we have to. So, but let's break it down. So Bray Wyatt's been gone for months, to the point where there were countdowns that people had about, oh, he might his contract's going to expire this date, so he might show up on AEW on Rampage, or if it's not there, it's going to be here at Dynamite, and this is symbolic because of XYZ. And he hasn't done anything. All we heard was we didn't even talk about it on the pod. Last thing I heard was he was filming a movie.
No, we did talk about that on the pod
briefly.
Yeah, he was released back in July of last year.
The only confirmation was that he was working on a movie. And it was a movie that was like his vision, right? If I'm not mistaken, some shit he wanted to do. Maybe. Now I'm playing fam's advocate here. Maybe it's a situation where Bray wanted to make a movie, couldn't do it with WWE PG. He couldn't do it under the official banner of WWE superstar Bray Wyatt is filming this fucking gory ass, whatever. Gets that done.
Wyndham Rotunda makes a movie.
Right. Wyndham Rotunda is working on a horror film project. Bray Wyatt returns through the forbidden door at the Rumble at the same time that Alexa Bliss is getting prominent vignette screen time about.
Yo, what if him and Alexa Bliss won the Rumbles?
That could happen. That's what I was saying earlier. The Rumbles could be really crazy because we don't know. We could get Bray Wyatt in the men's showing up at 30. And you could get Alexa Bliss at 15, beating Bianca Belair, or returning Bailey, whoever else they throw at her.
She can't last that long without getting injured. Come on.
What did Wyclef say? Anything could happen.
Say what? Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Shouts out to the 4 people watching that remember.
Say what?
That carnival was hard, but I'm not literally. It's Royal Rumble time. Anything can happen. I was not thinking about Bray Wyatt, but that the Alexa Bliss getting as much screen time as she's getting right now is very interesting.
Still in the Fiendess.
I can't.
The Fiendess.
Do we see a future where she's not returning back to the original Alexa Bliss? I'm not sure if she's
queen.
They're not,
but the prom fiend.
What's something that they don't? I don't think they have another idea. I don't know what the evolution of what this would be. I don't know if they're ready for that yet. She's still down there with the fucking pigtails and shit.
And the black stuff around the eyes.
That's
crazy. I mean, their big idea of Nikki Ash is gone.
I don't mind her turning heel.
No, but I'm saying like their idea, like she's gonna be like the next big baby face. Like
no, but I love that they turned her heel and now she's a supervillain who is she's basically a supervillain. But the cool thing about it is it's like every villain is the hero of their story. And I love that I like it. It's better than what they were doing. However,
Homelander's a lot. Nikki Ash what did Nikki Ash do as a superhero?
She won the WWE.
She won the work. Yeah,
no, I mean like as a superhero. Like what superhero shit did she do?
That she dethroned Charlotte. That was her. That was in Bam's eyes. That's
no more superhero stuff you can do in women's pro wrestling than take the belt off of Charlotte on WWE TV.
I hear you. What a shitty superhero. Because Charlotte,
no one's disputing that.
She just got the title back. She's had the title. She's got the title on the other show, right?
Yeah, Queen Many Faces has been.
Okay, you got
She has been just terrorizing the WWE Women's Division. And our hero, Nikki Trash, came and saved us.
Nikki THC is
That was
here.
really...
Bro.
I'm sorry, bro. That's why Riddle so bro.
Did you not hear the
He had a
academic
bar
guy?
this week, huh?
Yeah. No, this week when Shaggy was like, we know Randy left you high and dry, and Matt Riddle was like,
Not that kind of high, guys.
amen.
Matt Riddle's whole thing is fucking marijuana, bro. You ever smoke it? That's his whole gimmick right there.
He's dude off half baked with the Birkenstocks, yo.
I don't like it. I'm over him.
Dude, some Funyuns.
Oh, Jim Brewer?
Yes, Jim Brewer.
Yeah, no facts. No, that's really good.
Grape juice. Lots and lots of grape juice.
Matt Riddle. I can't. Nah, so Cody Rhodes, don't be surprised if by the time you hear this podcast, Cody Rhodes' contract situation is magically sorted out. I feel like when I finally looked for
I think his
it,
wife will have a factor. Will play a factor. In it.
Brady Rhodes CBO. Where's she going to rank on the BRP 50?
52.
You sure?
53.
For the heifer.
Well, that wasn't this year. The black belt was this year.
My wife.
Hey, yo, this nigga.
Sorry.
My wife.
But the WWE AEW. I don't know if you guys been paying attention, but apparently I know niggas don't read the Toronto Star, but
Not this
The
week.
Toronto.
I don't.
Oh, no, we're not from there. If you're from outside of the 6, it's Toronto.
Toronto. I may wear hockey jerseys, but I'm not Canadian like that. Apparently in the Toronto Star, they talked to the WWE. The WWE was they were talking about the WWE AEW rivalry, and WWE was quoted with a following statement, which I find it funny. It's something that they always do. They did the same shit with WCW.
I was just about to say it.
If you look at the gory self-mutilation that bloodied several women in the December 31st event on TNT,
Britt Baker.
it quickly becomes clear that these are very different businesses. Again, they're talking WWE.
Thunder Rosa.
I will say, I mean,
Yeah, this is the Dear Ted letters.
if they're not wrong, they're not wrong. It got to the point where, if I'm not mistaken, you could get 2 different versions of the Britt Baker action figure. One with
Did they
bloody
not
face,
sell
one
a
with
Becky
not.
Lynch bruised face shirt? Come on.
Did they? Oh, sure. I don't care.
They may have. I mean,
No, they did.
I don't care. I mean, they're equally overrated.
but
Yeah,
I
I'm saying, like,
mean,
they're now that someone else is again using this against
This.
them. Ugh.
this.
Yuck.
No, baby.
Again, for you to readily know that the WWE has used the same tactics with other companies, you would think that Tony Khan wouldn't be that dumb to give them this, and knowing full well that this is the only way to get her over when she's wrestling.
Well, Swole's getting her over too on promos,
But they don't want Swole to wrestle, so homegirl's got to get bloody. She's got to be in the ring with
making her
man.
return to the ring.
Piece of Swole. Swole and Trisha Dora's coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's always room on the Black Rasslin Podcast for good conversation, especially before
Come through, young auntie.
an important event like that. I mean, I don't want to tell anybody how to live their life, but I think certain things just need to happen.
Former guest, right? Go back in the archives and
We've actually
Check
had
those out.
both Swole and Trish Adora on the pod in the past. Both those episodes ship youtube.com/Black Rasslin, but February 20th in Grappital We Trust. Big Swole versus Trish Adora, the Afro Punk. This will be for the Pan African World Diaspora Championship. If you're in the area on the 20th, Black History Month.
We out there.
That's 4 days before Hovio Fest.
We don't nobody
Damn.
We don't care about that at all.
Hovio Fest really happens during Black History Month, huh?
I mean, it happens in Canada, right? So it kind of doesn't count.
it's Negro adjacent.
No, it doesn't happen. It can't happen.
Did we talk about Sonny last week?
No, because it happened the day after.
Sonny got arrested in Jersey.
Said, "Watch out, Cal."
Yeah, that morning, Drip hits me on the side. He's like, "Yo, Cal, you okay?" Her Sonny was
crazy
out.
White woman on the loose.
Because they said terroristic charges or whatever, right? Like it was.
Whatever she did.
Well, again looking for what's been going on since the last time we recorded. TMZ Sports reported last week that Tammy Sitch, formerly known as WWF diva Sunny, she allegedly threatened to kill her intimate partner with a pair of scissors.
Why do they say it like that? Is it a man or a woman at that point? Like that makes me feel like it's not a man.
I think they mention. Do they mention that it's a man?
Dolph Ziggler was like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Hey, put them down. No, they don't mention the sex of the individual. Just that she raised a pair of scissors in the air towards the victim. No, they said him. They threatened to kill him. Police said that another officer witnessed the event, and they said that Sitch appeared to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol during the altercation.
Because she was I'm sorry.
You don't say.
The victims allegedly suffered no injuries, but she got booked on possessing a weapon for unlawful purpose, a weapon for unlawful purpose, and terroristic threats. That's what the shit I read said. But she went on Facebook and said, "I'm okay. I'm laying low for a bit. Don't believe the media." I don't know what that means.
Don't.
I'm okay. Tammy Sitch is not waving scissors around. She would not come. I don't know if she mess around with black people to be put in that area.
New Jack would have told us.
Yeah. No, did they?
Now you thinking
I know even Terry, but I thought he did it. I thought they did as well. No,
I don't know. I hope he did.
I don't know that.
I mean, she was messing around with fans for $35 on the goddamn camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Niggas said, "Yo, give me $40. You can lay in the bed with me."
I'm gonna tell you this.
You don't ever need that.
When I've actually been. I don't. I'm gonna ask you on a question in a second. Lately, I've been trying to watch some old pro wrestling, get that old feeling back. I've been going back to old ECW. I'm trying to get to my favorite ECW era when like Rey Mysterio and Psychosis would just go up there, and then you would see Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko wrestle a match after them. I'm watching that. Keeks is helping me get put on to the AAA and all that stuff. I didn't realize Brian Cage was in AAA like 5-6 years ago. All this while, I really just want to get that old feeling back, and I was wondering is there specific wrestling y'all watch when you're like, yo, I'm tired. I want to watch fun pro wrestling. Are you watching new shit? Wow,
they didn't. She said she didn't, but I mean, if they definitely did.
If you in the BlackRasslin.com archives, there are the New Jack, Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, she's saying you're thinking of Terry Reynolds, but based off that picture,
I think that one of the rants that New Jack went on was about Sonny, because I think Sonny and Terry were cool
That's what I'm thinking of, I think.
But I don't know. I don't remember what New Jack and Sonny's relationship was. But anyway, rest in peace, New Jack. But is there a particular wrestling y'all watch?
So last night, just as I'm kicking back, I turned on. I had an hour to burn before Raw came on, and the game because I'm gonna flip back and forth until that got out of hand. And I watched the Steamboat doc on Peacock. Fam, you can watch any of the matches in Steamboat Flair. You can watch Steamboat Savage. You can watch Steamboat Wrld. You can watch Steamboat Jericho. You can watch. Listen, and I'm not really whenever they bring up Sean and Brett, I get it, but there aren't those folks without Rick Steamboat, and Rick Steamboat could have had, and Flair actually says it during the doc, is Steamboat left their business too early because niggas wasn't wrestling old then.
Right.
Steamboat was that dude in ring. He was the precursor to the Shawns, the Bretts, the Owens, the Perfects. This guy did it all in the ring. And watching Steamboat matches always gets me in that Mania season mood, man.
Facts.
I mean, I watch Mania. I watch Mania 3 at least twice a year.
What about you, Drip? Do you watch a lot of John Cena? What are you watching, Drip?
That's the thing. But real quick, remember, I think a couple of weeks ago I tweeted, "Fam, tired. Hart versus Hart, Wired, Styles versus Steamboat in terms of who's the best." But what Fam had said, like, it was when Steamboat was making that comeback in 09 with the Jericho versus the Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Meltzer had asked Ric Flair, like, "Oh, Rick Steamboat's one of my favorites. I don't want to see him embarrass himself at this age, because he left and he kind of went out on his terms." But Ric Flair told Meltzer, like, "Relax. He's better than half the guys today, with the exception of Shawn Michaels. He can still," and he proved it in that match and in the singles match with Jericho, where he was still hitting them arm drives.
That Monday Night Raw when he got to wrestle some more, I'm like, yeah, let that motherfucker.
They had the 10-man tag, the next night.
Let him get that work in the ring. I love WWE doing that type of shit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I just want to say in terms of I'll watch all John Cena promos. But in terms of wrestling, I'll watch the PWG highlights from time to time. I have the playlist of when they had the full length highlights.
That's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's I hit me with that.
I'll share that playlist. Yeah.
I had to. I forget why I asked Keeks about something, and we just started. And I ended up. I'm gonna watch Lucha Underground, so I need to understand Mexican wrestling. I like watching the Cero Mero type shit.
Is that what you're wondering? The story he had there with breaking the arms.
You know what it is? I didn't realize that they were I knew that Penta and Phoenix were popular, but I didn't realize that Lucha Underground was they were doing the damn thing down there too. So I want to, if it's accessible, I want to get that back because I never really watched. I heard about a lot of Lucha Underground, but I didn't have whatever
it
channel.
Was on Netflix.
I think Fam had the channel. Well, it was on a channel, and then I think it went to Netflix. It was on El Rey.
Channel.
El Rey.
Yeah,
Fam gets all them channels, BN and all them shits.
Yeah,
I don't have access to none of it, so I'm
Access is also one of those channels.
Access is that's good. No pun intended. I've been trying to build. It was funny you mentioned pro wrestling docs earlier. I'm trying to build my little collections of stuff, and I realize that I'm lacking in some pro wrestling field. So I'm trying to get some old pay-per-views, but I'm also trying to get
it's a guy at the flea market here, which is now. Let me explain something. I don't know if we talked about it here on this podcast. The Baltimore flea market, aka Patapsco, is Canal Street.
Patapsco
is Canal Street on steroids.
Okay.
Especially before the ICE rating, because they got rated by ICE really big.
Was a lot of music and videos out there.
Fam, When I tell you it was everything, it
was Best Buy.
Everything. Man, the best table, it was this hot polo. Anyway, listen, they there's a guy that's still there because they got kind of, they got neutered once Ice hit, you know what I mean? So the bootlegs ain't really out there like that anymore.
Right.
There's a guy though that has a booth full of just wrestling DVDs.
Really?
Yeah.
Old shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Very, very dope. You know what
What's
I'm
he
saying?
selling them for though?
You know what? I never, because he was, once the WWE network came around, I was like, I ain't got nothing for you, man.
I was like that, but I will say,
some of them you want in the archives.
I was telling my wife the other day, I'll watch ECW on the network, but I need the VHS with the old Philly fucking random commercials, because ECW would only run, it was like they'd have 6 commercial breaks and 4 of them commercials would be the same commercials you see for the next 5 months, because that local outlet just happened to buy 6 months worth of commercials. So I got to learn them shits, but I like watching that stuff as opposed to, and there was so much illegal music that they couldn't play, and like when you go to the network, it's so neutered, it's so homogenized that I don't want to watch the product, and it's I don't know. I feel you.
Hey, excuse the reference, but I remember going to early MCW shows on Fort Meade at Michael's 8th in Glenburnie, and them having vendors selling a bunch of RF videos, shoot videos, Japanese deathmatch joints.
Word.
But yeah, we used to cop up with the RF video joints, man.
I never had that outlet. And Drip don't know nothing about this.
No, yeah, I know who RF. Yeah,
but I mean, like, it's
no. See, that's thing growing up. So Big Mike, when he'd pick me up, we'd go to like a Saturday or Sunday. We'd kind of go to Best Buy, and I'd pick a DVD. I go straight to the sports sections where the wrestling DVDs would be.
Right.
So I got a lot of like late 03 and a lot of 2004 pay-per-views on DVD. But there was the Christmas, and this is how I found out about PWG. It might have been 2008, 2009. He showed up. Like, I open a gift, and it's this PWG Sells Out Volume 1. I'm like, what's this? But CM Punk's on the cover. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Danielson. I'm like, oh, I know these guys, but I plug it in. I'm like, and it's indie wrestling. I'm like, I don't ask why is it different. I'm just like, oh, a different, just like how I found out about Impact. A neighbor told me about Impact Wrestling.
Damn.
And I went home that Saturday night and I found the channel it was on, which was the Fox Sports Network, the original one, the original FSN. I was like, why is the ring different? But it's wrestling, so I'll watch it. Much like how you guys would like, what's this? Where is it?
No, 100%.
Wrestling. Yeah. So mine is just kind of a little bit more updated with that aspect. But I mean, DVDs is what got me to, because I didn't have internet access all the time and wasn't always allowed on the computer as well. But
yeah, they caught you on their website that time.
I had to.
Yeah, this thing out.
I don't know what to look
Mommy,
for.
no.
Like, I don't have enough time to do it, but free content idea. Somebody do something on 20 years of Ring of Honor. I don't know if anybody's planning on doing it. It's fucking next month. Some white pro wrestling outlet should have been doing the rise and importance of Ring of Honor pro wrestling. A documentary, but Drip was going into Best Buy, seeing CM Punk and learning about this federation because he was seeing the WWE superstars of that day on those covers. Like, that's important. There's a lot of history there that I think, I don't want to say it gets erased because people who know, it's some if you know type shit, but there needs to be some type of definitive statement. And one of you, because I don't, again, there's a lot of stuff. Like tomorrow, there's a lot of things I got on my count. There's like I got shit to here, shit going over here. I don't even know if I'm gonna make this shit down here. One of you people, y'all got a YouTube page, and y'all ain't got nothing to do. Y'all home for the quarantine. Just take the time out and do the history of the Ring of Honor. Make it good though.
That's the thing. It's how is I'll click on some that seem interesting. And it's like that's either poorly made or the narration's bad or
you gotta stand outside of Du Burns Arena with a Pizza Hut pizza that a nigga bought on his hand in there. Yo, I went to I told you. I went to a Du Burns Arena show and the wrestlers is pissing in the same bathroom as the people. Right now?
Shooting dope in the stall next to me.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't. I won't show you. You see it.
Kind of match. It's
wishing on a star.
I was just about to say.
Yo, is why was Raquel Gonzalez in that space?
Because she don't like niggas.
You said fuck black niggers. All right.
Yeah, I be feeling like it sometimes.
Nigga.
What is it? No, some of the realest rap lyrics is when a nigga's like, yo, I hate niggas more than the Ku Klux Klan. Like they really be on that shit. Like cause fuck, I'll be like fuck niggas too. Like they be on that shit. What's Raquel Gonzalez doing in fuck black niggers? What was she? Mind. All right. Pull back the focus. When you're on Twitter and you interact with people, usually what happens is you'll tap on a space. It's usually some hobby that you're into, people you follow, they collect into a space. You click on the space like, oh yeah, this is interesting, da da da. Who is Raquel Gonzalez following on Twitter to where she gets an alert on her phone that such and such joined fuck black niggers, and she says, you know what? Boop.
So
let me click on it.
The image that
Strowman is crazy.
All a dream. There was floating around with this image of her in the room is also her reposting, I don't know, maybe Fox News talking about Rittenhouse getting off and you know what I mean, justice being served. So
justice being served.
Yeah, I'm cool on home girl.
Yeah, it's a wrap. I don't know. I don't watch NXT to know. She was with Dakota Kai.
Didn't she just pop up in W? In AEW?
Did she?
She's been on NXT.
She's still with NXT.
Yeah.
The last I remember, she was the NXT Women's Champion, and Dakota Kai was a girl, but then Dakota Kai was like, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah, she lost the title to Mandy Rose. They just had that triple threat match at New Year's Eve with Cora Jade.
Mandy Rose is the champion down there.
Yeah.
She got like a little crew.
She's
Toxic Attraction.
She's still a brunette.
Yeah.
I don't
that tan.
If it's not Wendy Chu, I honestly don't know what women are on NXT right now. I watched that Wendy Chu said,
yeah,
she didn't give a fuck.
Nah, she was dope in that.
Niggas don't like her.
Really?
No, I'm asking.
Do
niggas like Wendy?
I mean, she's the answer to Orange Cassidy.
Her gimmick is new because she was that chick in the chair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, with all that stuff.
Zia Ying or whatever.
Mei Ying.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, they was doing all that stuff where she wasn't moving.
Tian Sha.
She looked like the Ring, but she had all the face paint on.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But all her hair was forward, so she.
It was.
Yeah,
but they had been doing little like backstage vignettes. Like I think the first
drip with that one curl.
Hey, yo.
I think the first lashing out with Flash Legend, she walked by
Ramona.
Hey yo.
Razor Ramona is good. I'm the shit.
Maybe you do. Maybe you don't.
Drip, what you were saying? I found the perfect image of Drip.
Hey yo, he's wild. This nigga wild.
That's that fucking hair. This is Drip right here.
Hey, don't do that. Baby. Don't do that.
And yo, I gotta go get some cologne tomorrow.
The whole fucking day, the whole fucking podcast. Look at him. Look at this nigga.
Ronnie Depp.
Look at. Drip when he loses the fucking title.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen, Cal.
We'll see. Again, I think that Royal Rumble is going to be serious. I'm not even trying to gas it. I think Royal Rumble season is about to be real for a lot of people.
Watch when I already won against Fam. Watch when I beat the odds and beat everyone, and I just solidify.
You was on the
champion.
You were on Twitter talking about I already won the title. Let me win all the money.
I'm trying to get the swimmer money.
I'm gonna say this. At Black Rasslin on Twitter and Instagram, if you're down for the Rumble pool, from what Mav said last week, $3 entry for the men's, $3 entry for the women's. It's heating up.
One per Rumble.
Well, I need to talk to Matt. When I'm able to speak with Mav, we'll figure it out. I think we'll probably drop something. We'll have to give a little more specifics by the end of the week because we're going to be drawing
$3 a spot.
$3 a spot. We're going to be drawing
info
next Friday, January 28th. I want to be drawing the names, but keep it locked.
Does that mean we're officially zooming for the Rumble?
We might have to. I
gotta go watch with McMike because that was the lucky charm that got me this title.
God dang it! You have to bring a computer with you.
I was gonna say have come
right.
on.
Again,
Mike could definitely pop the Zoom.
No, that's the Patreon content right there. His own show.
Yo, listen, people. I had a pro wrestler moment this week. I asked a bunch of folks, watch my match. I asked a bunch of people to watch the show, and feedback, man, people love Mike. People love
right downtown.
Tony Brown.
You know what I'm saying? They said I was a very dapper co-host, and
Chris DeB said I was cutting mass ass. Yeah,
I always assume that I'm like it's actually I feel kind of great because all the feedback I hear is from everybody. I never hear like good or bad. I never hear about how I am on the show, which I feel is good. I feel like I'm able to just be like an anchor, and then Drip can do his bullshit, or Fam can cut a promo, and then get drunk for the rest of the podcast. Or Tony Brown was rapping. He said razzmatazz in a rap.
Razzmatazz.
I'm not saying nobody.
Man, this kind of race doing all this, get some face, all the people and all the place.
No disrespect, nobody else podcast. Ain't nobody doing what we do.
I tell people it's like AEW and WWE, fam. We just don't do the same thing.
That's facts. That's correct. We're walking on different planes right now. This is what it is. We may be up there.
We are, man. We are entertaining.
It is what it is. There's a couple things we got to figure out though.
In between time, DM us. We will. For the spots. Spots are filling up very quickly.
DM the Black Rasslin account, not the person.
No.
DM Matt Damon. And
I'm gonna say at Black Rasslin on Twitter and Instagram. If you have questions about the Rumble pool, one person will likely be responding to that. You should know who that is. But yeah, that's the best place. Don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Should I open the Patreon Rumble weekend?
I think it's time.
The Patreon is set. I just need to turn it live. Niggas in the chat said that they would, and we ain't going. I'm not going to. I'm not going to try and bleed you. I just want to see where people are at.
$20 the first month, $50 the next.
Outside of the best merch in the game. I want to know where people are at. So maybe Rumble weekend, maybe we'll open the Patreon and see what it does and see what that turns into.
Do a Rumble watch along. Do the first Rumble watch along. The very first Rumble.
It'll be 5 years.
Yeah, that's a better time to
Rumble will be 5 years since we started.
I was like, no, Rumble's been going on way for longer than 5 years.
How's that drunk already? God damn.
I'm that drunk. Yeah. I'm that fucked up. That shit
Yeah,
just started.
The AEW Rumble.
The Rumble ain't been around that long. Nah.
Newfangled trash.
Nah, WWE champion Jushin Liger against.
No, but it's just think about this. 5 years ago, Fam was hitting me talking about, yo, we got this idea. We want to do a pro wrestling podcast, but we can't do it on the Buff. Where's Buffy.com? So do you want to bring this thing, this weird thing that you did a couple years ago? Do you want to bring that back and turn it into something? I was like, fuck yeah. I don't have any friends. I'd love to talk about pro wrestling to people in real time and record it. And now we got t-shirts and shit.
You guys got
logos,
t-shirts, a list.
The fucking white boy holding the belt.
It's a championship.
I was like, hey, I don't have any friends either. Hey,
thank you, fam. It is a championship. You are 100%.
It's on a belt. It's a title. As Zach Linder would say.
It is a championship. It's not a belt. Belts hold your pants up.
Pants up.
Is what I understand. I'm assuming that's real. Shit. Before we get out of here, y'all got any Black Rasslers of the week?
I am going to go. It's been a short week.
It's
been a very.
It's been a short week, as they would say.
It's been a short week. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with apparently having one of the best matches on the Terminus card. Man, I'm gonna go with Kiera Hogan.
There you go. What about you, Drip?
I'll go with because I think he'll show out in that grab the brass ring ladder match, Leo Rush. And the irony, if you were to win that match in GCW.
I mean, that actually is how they book. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jonathan Gresham. When I didn't realize that they'd already said, hey, we got the next Terminus coming up next month, and here, like I see what you're doing. I like the moves. And the fact that he is holding somebody else's title and is able to perfect that and build that up while he's doing his own thing. Jonathan Gresham, December 2022.
Hey, really quick, man. Shout out to the good folks over at Strictly for the Culture. They sent me a nice care package and big up the show and the podcast. And you know what I mean? Big up to all the stuff that they do, holding down our corner of the internet, man, and kind of putting people together. You know what I'm saying? If there isn't a whole bunch of unity in the space, there are sites like them who are strictly for the culture.
Facts. They are who they say they are. Always, too. Every Friday, you can always see a Follow Friday.
Pretty much daily, too, I think, yeah. Always steering people to great accounts.
They're around, yeah. They're always active. That hoodie looks mad comfortable too.
Yeah, listen, man, I look good in it. I mean,
I've been trying to get some last minute winter gear for the low, and that looks like something I need to grab. Shit. Before we get out of here, can y'all please let the people know where they can find y'all on these social medias?
Hey man, LFam79 on your social media choice. Way more importantly, at Where's Buffy every single week. Where's Buffy.com? Where's Buffy.com? Where's Buffy.com?
Thanks.
Real quick, shout out to my Black Rassler last week, AJ Gray. He won the GCW Extreme Championship. Shows I have the Midas touch. Picked the game, picked a winner, but
hey, look, man, go ahead, man. Go ahead and just
the Midas touch. The fuck?
I am at Davis, aka Drip on Twitter. Davis calling DC on Instagram.
The baby bouncer.
Stat guy for BRP. Most importantly, the BRP predictions champion. Shouts to Black John Stud. Shouts to Fam 2 for stopping by the other day. Thanks to Davis, our bonus episode after the game where we talked The game and the insanity.
He was on the YouTubes. He was holding a belt. I said, "Oh yeah, this ain't for me." They're getting into that real talk right now.
He clicked all the blue chicks up. Nope, that's stone. Shouts to Black John said, "We're going all the way." Super Bowl.
I don't watch.
Y'all Super Bowl was this past week.
That's it.
Hey Graham.
Oh shit. Hartford's heart coming soon. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If I can get everybody to respond and know that everybody was on the same.
I think CJ's active lately.
CJ, well, that's another fucking public service announcement. If it say 4X, don't click it. If it's coming from CJ's account right now, don't click it. I'm sorry.
What if it's legit?
Protect yourself, because it's wild out in these streets. Again, shouts to Math at Math Damon 1854 on your social media choice. I'm at Khal on Twitter, at Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is a website, but as always, you can find the Black Rasslin Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. If we made you laugh once and you're watching this on YouTube and that subscription button is red, please click that and make it gray. Hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. We're looking for a particular number right now. So if you rock with us, you know, people that would fuck with us and people like Jabari from NAAW coming through. Shouts out to those wrestling girls. Shouts out to Downtown
Queen PR. Yeah, she got well. Happy belated birthday as well.
I heard Queen PR is good. Shouts out to her. Salutes. We need more strong black voices going into 2022 as opposed to cats being on some fake bullshit. I guess that's it for this week. Again, next week we're gonna be giving you a show, but we will also have the Rumble pool picks that will likely be alive on Friday. YouTube.com/Black Rasslin. Please subscribe to that. You will get that notification and you will see what your number is. If you put that money in, if you want to get in on the BRP Rumble pool, at Black Rasslin on Twitter or Instagram, we will get back to you. I promise. Make sure that your cash apps are ready.
Be on the lookout for some bonus content soon.
Very soon. We got you. Without further ado,
like me or not,